They will speak new languages. Several years ago, when my brother started dating the woman who is now his wife, she startled my whole family by doing something very strange. She was finishing a professional degree at the time, and she was very busy, so most of my family, aside from my brother, didn't feel like we'd actually gotten the chance to get to know her very well. But then she started giving us presents. For birthdays and Mother's Day and Christmas and Easter, for every occasion, she had a thoughtful gift for everyone in my family, including my dog. And this was very strange to us. My family, we like meaningful gifts on special occasions, but we're not shoppers. We're not stuff people. So these kind of made us uneasy. Why did this woman who didn't know us very well feel the need to spend her hard-earned money to buy us presents? And often caught off guard, we didn't have presents for her back. Were we hurting her feelings? Over the years, we came to know that in her family, gift giving is the highest act of love. It's not about dollar amounts or one-upmanship. It's just an expression of caring and affection. This was her way of showing love and respect for her new family, her boyfriend's family. This was my first introduction to the idea of the languages of love. According to the author who popularized the idea, there are 5 languages of love: physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, and of course, gift giving. Every person has a different way of expressing their language of love and receiving it. And the tricky thing is, they might not be the same thing. So your sister might express love by doing things for you, acts of service, but feel love by you spending time with her. So you reciprocating an act of service, but not spending time with her, might hurt her feelings. So it's important to know your own language of love, how you express and receive love, but also those around you, so that you're speaking, as it were, the same dialect of love. So when St. Mark tells us that Jesus told the disciples they will speak new languages, perhaps he's not actually referring to verbal languages like Spanish or Hindi. If God is love and the message of the gospel is love, maybe what Jesus is saying is to speak to every person in their own unique language of love. Because once you remove the focus from verbal language, there is a freedom from the semantics that always brings. In Pope Benedict XVI's encyclical Deus Caritas Est, or God is Love, he writes, "The problems of language that hamper our understanding of the seemingly simple word love." He says, "Today the term love has become one of the most frequently used and misused of words, a word to which we attach quite different meanings." And isn't that the truth? How easily do we say, "I love my dog," or "I love New York," or "I love Korean food"? But with how much difficulty do we say, "I love you" to a friend or your family member? How does it feel in our mouths to say, "I love Jesus"? In the second reading we hear before this gospel, St. Paul tells the Ephesians to bear with one another in love. Faced with this challenge, maybe let's take some time to think about what it means to us, the word love. When we see the word love, what does it mean? When we speak the word love, what do we mean? When your sister-in-law suddenly gives you a beautiful bracelet, what does she mean? Let's learn a new language without ever having to conjugate another verb. Let's practice conversational love.